keep forgetting. And we're off to the next spot. Every day. Come one, come all to Canberra. It turned up just as we were getting ready to leave. Yeah, I'm starting to think it's getting ready to quit.
So I fix it before I fix it.
Exactly. I wonder where we're off to next. Wally. I don't. Look, there's my car, EB. Sounds like a Dutch call.
Like a what?
Starting to sound like a duck call. That's brilliant. Sounds like a siren now.
My streets, buddy! I'm a taxpayer, fuckhead!
Oh, there's the AFP.
Oh,
Never
there's
even-
meant to be a good statue over here.
Yeah.
Actually.
Well, at least they wouldn't have to go far to come out and tell us to go away.
Yeah. Make it real convenient for them.
You haven't gone home.
I think they know that now.
Oh yeah, they do. I love it, that's awesome. See, it's not broken, it just fixes itself.
I love it.
Ah.
Whatever. Snap his finger up.
Foreign Affairs and Trade Department.
Yeah. Don't know where we are, but
Foreign Affairs and Trade Department,
these
by the looks of that.
bastards.
more crooked bastards.
This is an important message. Your government has been complicit with the United Nations into a depopulation agenda. They have not poisoned your air, the food and the water you drink. Now they are mandating on you the poison in the vaccine.
So now we actually have the AFP joining. Well, it kind of looks like they're joining in with us, but at least this way they know where we're going, I guess.
You do not have to comply. Do not take any more boosters. Do not keep the poisonous jab to your skin.
The AFP have joined our convoy now. They know where we are. Yeah.
We have a guest, guys.
Wake up and do your own research.
They're with us. They're in the convoy. Good on yous.
Do not hesitate.
It's the only way they know where we are, isn't it? They gotta follow. Yeah, it's brilliant.
And all rumble. Again, that is duck.go. BitChute.com. And all rumble. Find out what is in the poisonous jab.
Okay, that's where we are now. Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade.
If you do give the shot to your kids, your nephews, just remember, you'll have to live with that for the rest of your life. Ask any questions in his uncensored platforms, unlike all mainstream media, have been censored and paid and bought and paid for by big pharma, just like our government. Again, you do not need to comply. Do your own research. Go on DuckDuckGo, BitChute.com, and all rumble. And now, I hand you to my famous colleague, Paul.
Boom.
They're sending missiles and ammunition and money to start a war. It's appropriate for Australia. I don't think so. So, all these little games you play approved things like the sale of Darwin's Jetty Port to China. As foreign affairs, you think you have something to say about that? To support Australia, selling a 99-year lease to China for the port of the top end of Australia is not in Australia's best interest. It is in China's best interest. Does anybody in there want to come down and have a chat? It's alright, ladies, we are non-violent. We are loud, but we're non-violent. The AFP are here to look after you, they're here to look after us, they keep us in check, they keep you guys in check, and they're great guys. And ladies. I noticed the gentleman at the last place with the red badge on his shirt, he must have replaced Donna, because Donna was the one wearing that red badge for a long time when we first came. And Donna made some bad decisions regarding protesters. Went a bit too forceful, I would say, and she seems to be vanished. Department of Foreign Affairs, we're waiting for someone of authority to come down and talk to us. Hang on, guys. Clickety click. Facebook share, please. We want everybody to know we're here. Let everybody know. They'll start thinking, if these guys don't agree, maybe there's a reason. And we should start investigating and making our own decisions. Do you wonder why you don't have to wear masks inside anymore? All you people in that office. It's because when 2.4 million people come to Canberra and don't wear masks, and then you go shopping and don't wear masks because we know we have the right not to be forced to wear masks, the narrative has to take that rule away because they can't have anybody breaking rules because people ask, what other rule can we break? And now, thanks to us, you don't have to wear a mask. And it won't be long before you won't have to take a jab. Or QR code. Why do we sell QR code? I thought we sold contract tracing. Who are we selling that information to? China? I mean, Australia? It's going to open the borders. It's going to let us through. Stop negotiating with the United Nations. They're not there in our best interest. They're there in their own best interest. Australia is a vast continent with a lot of resources. We do not need United Nations or NATO. All we need is the Australian government to grow a spine, stand up for Australia, stop giving our resources away for next to nothing, stop letting 165 businesses with a profit of 9.8 billion not pay any tax at all. If they paid the same tax at the rate I pay taxes, they would have to pay $78 million each. And that would be equal half of the income tax from those 78 million times those 165 would equal half the income tax of Australia. That means every single Australian, including yourself, you people in those businesses, could have had half the tax rate.
Woo! Sounds brilliant.
Half the tax rate. That's including you guys in blue. That's just 165 businesses who didn't pay any tax. There's 782 businesses that pay minimal tax. And their profit margin is a hell of a lot more. Unless you're Wilson Security, we all know about Wilson Security. So, Department of Foreign Affairs, are you going to send someone down to talk to us? Or are you going to invite us in? We'll put the microphone down and we'll come and talk. Well, they've vacated that floor, they've moved up to that one. Hi guys, how you going? How you going? Photos please, Facebook. Let everybody know that not everybody in Australia has been duped by mainstream media and the government. Oops, the wall vanished from up there too, yeah.
Remember, you will own nothing and be happy. Just think about it and ask yourself a really serious question. What if we were right? Just what if? And until you wake up, we'll keep fighting for you, as we are the people.
We will save your lives as well. We don't need you to believe what we believe. We will fight for you. We will fight for your kids. We will fight for your kids' kids. And one day, you will stand up and you go, wow, I couldn't believe that I was fooled by such a simple trick. A rebranding of the flu. Yep. If you drank Pepsi, you wouldn't call it Coca-Cola. So why, when you get the flu, do you call it COVID-19? Oh, that's right. The flu went on holidays. Just like COVID-19 did about a week and a half ago when you had to stop wearing masks. It went on holidays. They probably went with ScoMo to Hawaii or something because there's a crisis on at the moment. And what does ScoMo do during a crisis? Goes to Hawaii. Disappears. No ScoMo. Big problems, no ScoMo. He's got COVID, yeah. Isn't it funny how when it got a little bit rough, Jacinda got COVID and disappeared for 14 days? Isn't it funny when it got a little bit rough in Canada, Trudeau disappeared for 14 days with COVID. And now it's getting a little bit rough for Scummo, that's right. Scummo! He's disappeared for 14 days with COVID. Allegedly. Well, mate, if you can test positive being a grapefruit to COVID-19, anybody can test positive. And Paw tested positive to COVID-19. When your test is 97.3% false positives, wouldn't it make a better test to believe it as a negative if you get a positive? It's actually more accurate when it gets a positive if you count it as negative. Why would that be? Well, I can tell you why would that be. Because we know they don't have an isolated version of the virus, so they created a test for the flu. Because it's a COVID virus. And COVID-19 is a COVID virus. But, again, like I say, what sort of deals are we doing with NATO or the UN? Well, how about a deal to allow foreign troops onto Australian soil with 100% indemnity? How you going, my friend? Oops, gone. As soon as they notice I see them, they disappear. Why would we want to allow foreign troops into this country with 100% indemnity? Maybe so they can shoot kids in the face with rubber bullets and cause them to have major facial reconstruction. Maybe so a gentleman standing with his hands on his head for nearly a minute can be shot in the back twice. Maybe because we had Australians fighting a peaceful protest for their freedoms shot on Australian soil with Australian bullets. That's why we need foreign troops here, because Australian men, even if they're on the other side with a blue uniform on, would not shoot an Australian child in the face. Would not shoot an unarmed man with his hands on his head in the back twice. This is why you need to sign agreements to bring, as foreign affairs, to bring foreign troops onto Australian soil with 100% indemnity. And remember, when you say 100% indemnity, that doesn't mean just shooting and killing people. Maiming people, torturing people, raping people, just doing anything they want, 100% indemnity.
Like our government.
Well, Foreign Affairs, I think you failed at that one.
Trafficking people.
It's grading time, and I call that a solid F. F for fuck.
So another time, ladies and gentlemen of the building, whatever it may be, please do your own research. Go on DuckDuckGo, BigTruth.com, and all Rumble. Ask questions like, what is the poison substance in the vaccine? How many people are dying per day in whatever country you will come out to? How many hundreds of deaths, thousands per day in any country? Just find out for your own peace of mind, for you, for your family, your brothers, your sisters, your kids. Find out what's in that, and then do your own research. We've done thousands upon thousands of hours of research, and we came to a conclusion that your government is complicit with the United Nations and the World Economic Forum. They are trying to do the Great Reset. This is a depopulation agenda. Your government has long been poisoning the air you breathe, the water you drink, and the food you eat. Now, there is a result. They're going towards poisoning you directly in your blood with the vaccine. Mandating it on you and your kids, your nephews, nieces, neighbors, everybody. Mandate is not a law. You do not need to comply. And until you wake up, we'll keep fighting for you. You need to fight for your freedom. Fight for your freedom like you fought for toilet paper. Remember? We are the people.
Righto! Who knows what's happening on May the 22nd? Lawyers May the 22nd, a date you take? Well, May the 21st is the absolute minimum that the election can be called on. So, if the election is called and the government that's in loses, which I can guarantee they're going to do, if they don't rig the election, the government that is in has a couple of days to do a few things before they're actually ousted. And on May the 21st, 22nd, there's a document that's going to be signed with the WHO, giving them the same laws that Dan Andrews brought in. They can govern what they consider to be a pandemic, a potential pandemic, and how we react to it. And this is why this document was signed, giving them the powers to bring in foreign troops with 100% indemnity. Because when they sign this document on the 22nd, as the outgoing government, the one comes in will say, it wasn't us, it was them. And then, when they decide that the common cold is going to be a pandemic again, they can bring in foreign troops, and they can lock you in the house again, and take away your freedoms again, and tell you you can go for a walk an hour a day, but that's it. And you can't do that unless you wear a mask, because they want a stable brain of oxygen. In the mines, we can't wear a mask for more than 30 minutes in a day. And they want you to wear it in the business. Well, the policeman had to wear it for 12 hours a day. Look at the bacteria we breathe. Just have a look at, even Fauci said masks don't work. And that guy lies through his teeth and he said masks don't work. Maybe he was lying about masks don't work. When blue cellulose mask is worn, the COVID-19 virus is 400 times smaller than the particles that travel through that mask. Just think, if you can't keep a fart in your underpants, what the hell is a mask going to do for you? Right? Especially against a deadly pandemic virus. Now anybody can have a look at what sort of PPE you should be wearing for a deadly pandemic virus if you're going to associate with anybody that might have it. And I can tell you now, a blue cellulose mask
What's
is
the
not
mask
the
gonna
fucking
do?
thing
What's a
to wear.
mask going to do?
Absolutely.
Right? And N95, look, if you can actually fit it properly, it might help a little bit. But not really. Because the virus is 200 times smaller than the N95 mask filters out.
Could be riding a bus and it will still go through those holes.
What's the survival rate of the virus, Phil?
The survival rate of the virus.
What?
Right.
Private?
0.047% of people who contract COVID-19 end up in hospital. And of that 0.047%, 0.02% pass away from COVID or the coronavirus. So 0.02% of 0.047% is something like 0.901% of people pass away from the virus. Now, that is all age. If you go up to age 65 or 65 and below, there's not enough zeros to put on the end of that. It's basically people 65 and over have a possibility of having an adverse reaction to COVID-19, which could possibly cause death. Now, that over 65, the average lifespan of a male in Australia is 67, they say. So you're pretty much end of life anyway as a male. That's why they want us to work to 65, so then they don't have to give us any money back that we paid for years and years and years into the system with an exorbitant tax rate, because they had 165 companies that didn't want to pay any tax for years and years and years. So the survival rate is phenomenal. So what about the flu? In 2019, 1,200 people in Victoria died from the flu.
No.
And 5,700
With the insurance payout.
died Australia-wide from the flu. How many people have died from COVID-19? Or had COVID-19 on their death certificate? Of and with 2,837 last time I looked. And all bar 83 had comorbidities that contributed to their death. All bar 83. So by far, twice as many people died from the flu in 2019 as died from COVID-19, the rebranded flu/coronavirus. That's an interesting thing. So why do we lock people down? And what happened to the flu? 2020, how many people died from the flu, people?
0.
How many people got the flu? I think it was 7 actually. 7. So something that humans have been trying to eradicate for thousands of years vanished overnight. Vanished overnight. And why did it vanish overnight? Because the test we created picked up the flu as well as COVID. And why would it do that? Because they're both coronaviruses. And that's why the human body is well adapted to deal with the coronavirus. And if you go onto the website for the AMA, and they say if you've had COVID, you can get an exemption for as long as you have symptoms, right? And then they say to the doctors, the average symptom span is 2 to 3 days. 2 to 3 days from COVID-19. And a maximum of 2 weeks. So this is APRA telling the doctors that someone who gets COVID-19 will have maximum symptoms of 2 weeks and an average symptom term of 2.5 to 3 days.